Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the call for this evening. And this is our weekly Q&A call. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them right there in the box. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty getting to the call tonight. Technology is great when it works. When it isn't, it can be a little challenging. But we are here. And I do want to take your questions. And so this can be a great call. So there is no really dumb question. If you're kind of feeling shy about it, if you want to type your question in private, you can do that, and then I will not reveal your name, and then I'll just answer your question. If you feel okay, I'll certainly welcome you to go ahead and type your question right there in the box. And if you're trying to do something, maybe you hit the wall and you'd like to try to see what you can do, get some insight on moving forward, I'm happy to do that on this call. What we try to do is to answer questions about whether it's technical, whether it's marketing, whether it's PLR or anything like that. We will then try to do what we can. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll see what I can do about that, Jeff. Okay. So, any questions? Are there any questions? Any questions that you might have about your marketing business, about something that you're trying to do, or about something that you have been trying to do but you haven't been able to kind of get it moving? Any questions at all? Okay, so if not, I will cover something that I had prepared briefly. It's kind of a prelude to what I'm going to be talking about tonight on the product creation webinar. But again, I want to encourage you that if you have questions of your own, to type them right there into the box. Okay, so that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I will kind of put my slide on here from the beginning. Let's see, that's not exactly. Just make sure that we have the right orientation. All right. Okay, I will go ahead and share my screen with you now. Okay, so what I want to start with tonight, and again, feel free to interrupt me if you have anything that in particular that you want to cover. What I want to start with tonight are just some things that if you are looking to start creating a product in particular for other internet marketers, we're going to talk about a few subjects that I think are open, that if you're willing to do the research, you're willing to do a little legwork, you're willing to put in a little time to either get some results or even to figure out how to help people, there are product subjects that I think will actually sell. And let's see. There are some other folks here, Raymond, looks like. Okay, so let's explore a few subjects, but if you have questions, feel free to go ahead and write them right there in the box. Okay, so let's talk about a few things that if I were going to create some products today, and I actually am, and I may do some of these subjects, and I may not do them, but there are only 52 weeks in the year, and there are only so many that I can actually create. I've probably got about 100. and I say that literally, right? I've got about 100 ideas of things that I'd like to try to do this calendar year. So that being said, let's kind of talk about some of the things that you could explore if you were going to create a product today, that I think that even if you didn't have an extensive list, you could probably get some traction on the Warrior Forum. You could probably get some traction just by getting it in front of people, because there isn't a lot of information about some of the things I'm going to be talking about here tonight. Now, in particular, we're going to talk a little bit about paid advertising. Obviously, all the discussion most recently has been about Facebook. There is a new kind of Facebook ad called Facebook lead ads, and although there are some explanations of it out there, if that is something that you can actually explain how people can use it in order to generate income, in order to generate more leads, I think that would be a fantastic product for you to be able to do. In addition to the fact that even though YouTube ads are fairly commonplace, there is now what are called Gmail ads and Amazon ads. Gmail ads and Amazon ads, neither one of those have been explored as a topic inside of a product. So even if you were going to go with that product in terms of paid advertising, if you were going to create a private label rights product, if you were going to create an information product and sell it on the Warrior Forum, those would be fantastic subjects, because again, there just is not a lot of information out there on them. And what it's going to take, of course, is you're going to have to be able to figure out and connect that to how people can actually generate income. I mean, if you can connect that to e-commerce, if you can connect it to information products, if you can connect it to being able to generate leads for a local business, all of those things are going to be things where you'll be able to leverage what you learn about paid advertising. Now, how would you learn about paid advertising? Of course, there are existing blog posts, there are existing courses that you can actually take on paid advertising. And what you're going to do, of course, is you'll then apply that information to a specific niche. Okay, so paid advertising is one subject that you can explore if you're looking to create your own product. Now, here's another one, live streaming. Live streaming, and you've probably seen that a lot. There've been a lot of people who have been talking about Periscope. How many of you all know a little bit about Periscope? If you already know a little about Periscope, please put the number 1 in the question box. I mean, there's some products out there, I think, coming out tomorrow. If you are looking to learn about Periscope, if you're looking to teach about Periscope, there's also what is called Facebook Live, right? Facebook Live, and no one, to my knowledge, as of this point, has done anything on Facebook Live. So if you are able to do something on Facebook Live, okay, you can't get sound or video. Okay, yeah. Well, hopefully, I think that the recording should be fine, Vern. I'm thinking that I'm seeing a couple of people here, so I see he probably can't hear me if I'm talking. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm just going to type a message to him because he can't hear me, and hopefully he can F5 and refresh. Okay, but it is recorded. It is recorded. Okay, so live streaming is another product that you are going to be able to talk about, and Facebook Live is definitely one, right? And I would highly encourage. Okay, so you can't. Okay, so it looks like someone folks cannot get into the webinar. Let's see. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can reset this webinar.